So in this video, I'll show you some of the programming paradigms. Basically, this is used in a lot of programming languages. And it's going to be a theoretical stuff. So procedural language, procedural programming. A program is a sequence of steps or instructions. So basically, what is a procedural programming? For example, in C programming or Pascal, we have a lot of functions. Yeah, the functions are individual blocks of code, and this is how you define procedural language. You have variables which change over time, and then control flow which using for loops and conditions. So common languages are C and Pascal. So the main idea of procedural language is to split your code into different blocks, and then you call these functions in other functions. Yeah, that's a procedural language. Then you have object-oriented programming, which basically means a program is built from interacting with objects, that is classes and objects, which has the concepts like encapsulation and abstraction, inheritance and polymorphism. So here common languages are Java, C++ and Python, and this is a class. So I'm not going into detail about what is a class and object. This is just to give you different kinds of programming paradigms or templates of programming which is used. C++ is C++, Java, Python are all using this object-oriented programming language, and basically a class is a template from which you create live objects. Yeah, so that's object-oriented programming. Then you have functional programming, which is the most uncommon type, which is taught in a lot of universities, where a program is a composition of mathematical functions. These are not the functions which we use in normal programming. These are mathematical formulas or sort of things. Functions are the first class values, and they are immutable, that is no changing data, based on lambda calculus, and focus on expressions and not statements. So this is a very complex thing which I'll cover in a different video. Common languages like Haskell, Lisp and Python has this lambda calculus stuff. So for example, this sort of code like lambda x, where x plus 1 is the body and x is the input. Yeah, so then you will get the result from the body. For example, if you pass f as a 5, then you will get the result as 6. So this is one kind of programming. And then you have a declarative programming, which describes what you want to do and how you want to do. There is no explicit control flow. The system decides the execution. These are some of the examples are like SQL, HTML and CSS. HTML is like a set of tags. SQL, you query database. So these are all declarative language that describes what you want to do. And that's the thing. So there'll be not many loops or many interactive things you can't do in HTML, right? Then logic programming, programs are written as facts and rules, focuses on relationships used in AI and rule based, like for example Prolog. Yeah, and then it's basically based on the logic of the operation, like in AI. Yeah, event driven is like a program reacts to events like event clicks, like gestures, messages, callbacks and handlers. Examples are web apps, GUIs, games and VR systems. This is programming where when you have a sensor and send some signals and you react, or if you have a you have a camera, and then based on the user postures something happens to the software. So this is called event-based programming, and it's used in virtual reality a lot, where you have a headset and the headset sees your hand. Depending on the hand, certain things happen. And then you have finally the concurrent and parallel programming. Basically it does multiple things at the same time. So you have threads and processes, which is an example. If you're into programming, you might know you can run different threads, or if you have Windows, you just right click and see the task manager, and you will see a lot of processes running parallelly. Yeah, so you can switch between, for example, working on a Word document at the same time watching YouTube video. So these are all different processes, and some examples are Java, Go and Python. So these are some of the programming paradigms which I want to explain in a short. Later I'll go into each one different more in depth. Yeah, thank you.